Good afternoon, this is Lindsay. It is uh what is the date? Sorry. September 28th, 2022. It's Wednesday. So I thought I'd do a video today about gang stalking tied in with once again how I feel that it ties in with narcissistic abuse, how I think the two are connected. Um, I had stopped making videos for quite a while about my situation here in San Antonio, Texas, about being a target of gang stalking and whatnot, and how I have been entrapped and set up over and over and over again in situations so as to make me lose my credibility, to get me fired from jobs, to cause problems in my life, to wreak havoc basically in my life as a targeted individual. I had decided that, I've talked about it enough. I have been very vulnerable. I've exposed all my vulnerabilities very openly on my previous YouTube channel, of which I ended up shutting down because it was just getting me a lot of bizarre attention as far as more stalking and whatnot. But I took a risk because I felt that it was very necessary for me to talk about my story, talk about my background, and talk about my situation in my daily activities here in San Antonio, Texas. It's also therapeutic, I believe, when you're being targeted by unknown groups of whatever they are, people working for the government, people in the military, private organizations, religious groups, what have you. You really need to talk about it, trust me, because if you try to keep it all bottled in, it causes you to go crazy. At least with me, it causes even more anxiety just keeping it all inside. So I've gone through the past few months with some interesting experiences. I'm not going to go into detail about all of that right now, but I had some major life changes or some experiences that were interesting here lately. Good and bad. But I was able to realize that that my feelings, indeed, as being a targeted person in my situation, has been validated by several people, obviously. Thank God, because I'm not alone, and it's good to know that there's other people out there who have given me credibility as far as sorry, there's something on my computer. As far as being targeted, because you feel very isolated, you feel very alone, very vulnerable, very conflicted, confused, overwhelmed, anxious, and everything is just amplified 20 times when you're being gang stalked on a daily basis as well. My situation now, I've talked about how I've been targeted for, I would say, definitely since I was aware of it was in 1996 is when I became keenly aware of the fact that I was being stalked and surveilled. However, I do feel that personally, in my personal situation, that I was a target way before then. It could have been something from my, stemming from my birth. I believe that